Even as early as last night, my girlfriend Tara and I were speaking, and she was midway through a nursing story, and they're pretty dark and deep and heavy.
Yeah.
But I saw a fly at the corner of my eyes, one of those small ones.
Yeah.
And midway through, like, the crescendo of her story, I just went...
That's just so inappropriate.
Welcome back to the Sharehouse. It's a place to air gripes and find compromises. And today we are so happy to be joined again by Radio Mike.
Let's go.
Thanks for having me back.
He made it onto a second. Yeah, I love this bit.
I've introduced the kissing of the hands ceremony to the top of the podcast.
It will not last.
I'm
I'm going to forget.
Did you hear the last episode I was on? It's important to bring it back at some point.
It's true. Comedy always comes back.
In 300s.
Yeah, 100%.
Great.
Mike, I believe in the beautiful Sharehouse way, you have a gripe to bring to the table.
I've got a gripe, and look, part of this podcast is being vulnerable, okay? There's lots of vulnerable podcasts out there, like The Imperfects, That's a big thing now. So this is a gripe people have had with me. I'm opening up, I'm making myself vulnerable here.
So brave.
Well, let's make sure that it's a share.
you.
Let's hold hands and let's make sure this is a safe space for Mike.
Should we kiss hands or not now?
We've done that.
We've done that. We won't kiss hands. We could.
We don't.
I think we're like 299 times at this point.
You know what? I'm going to actually release hands because I want this space to be safe for you.
Yeah.
But also, I don't need to have sweaty hands.
It's really sweaty.
Yeah.
We're all sweaty.
This is a pressure environment,
So one of my, some would say it's one of my talents, but some would say it's one of my biggest annoyances that I can do.
Sure.
And it has come up in share houses. I have this habit of I will just sort of sing around the house to no music.
Okay.
Just, walking around singing. And like in the last share house I was in, my housemate might just be like sitting on the couch on her phone. And I would just be like, and I don't know what makes my brain want to do this, but I just will walk up to her and just look at her and just sing a song.
It was all fine until the eye contact came in.
Not like I'm serenading her because it's just a friend, but I will I'll just be like, oh, my friends say I should at my age. Well, what's my age again? That's about the time they walked away. And I'll just look at them. And she would usually just kind of look at me and just watch this unfold.
Yeah.
And then, it was never like... There was never anger involved, but it was just sort of like, this is very on character for you to just do this.
Yeah.
It's like an ad you can't skip on YouTube.
Great analogy.
And you hold your bits as well. That's something that I admire in you.
But it's not a
keep
bit.
It going.
That's the thing. It's not a bit.
Really?
It's just there's a song in my head and I need to sing it to someone.
But you won't cut it at the verse. You won't do 10-second rendition. You'll do the song.
I think I'll keep going until someone goes fucking stop, which never happens because everyone I've lived with is so polite.
Yeah. I've been on the receiving end of this.
Have you?
Yeah, 100%.
When? See, that's the thing. I don't even know I do it sometimes. It's like my brain goes on autopilot.
It's not like I don't get annoyed by it, but we'll be mid-conversation and you'll get a song and you'll just start singing, I want to be the very best. And I'll be like, yeah, man, so anyways, it's been a really tough time at home. And you just keep going.
When did that last happen?
The second last time we caught up, we were just mid-conversation.
Where was that?
At your house.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the couch. You were at your chair near your computer.
Yeah.
To get specific for you.
Yeah.
And we were just mid-conversation. I can't remember what the conversation was about, but we were just conversing back and forth and you would just break out into song and I'd be waiting for a response and then you'd keep singing the lyrics.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
And I understand that it's a problem, but at the same time, genuinely, it's an autopilot thing.
Wow.
Like, it's like, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are like, why are you singing like, I don't know, California Dreaming or something,
Great song.
California, Cali. And then I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And sometimes even a hint of a song, like, I don't know, like this is maybe a stretch, but like say there's like a doorbell and it's like, doo-doo. I'll just be like, California. That's enough to trigger a song.
The doorbell
to me.
gave you the note to start up.
Pretty much.
So you're just tuning in. It's interesting because Joel does the exact same thing. Joel just breaks out into song all the time in a very
Really?
theatrical, bombastic voice.
I was gonna say I can relate to this to an extent. I'm a very singy boy. I love to sing, but it's very much kind of like as I'm moving along or in my own time.
It's not targeted.
No, it's not targeted singing. It's just like how it kind of comes up. And I think about it. I'm like, what if Lachlan Chatfield, my dear housemate, started singing around the house as well?
Yeah.
Would I tolerate that? And I think to an extent. But like, if it was targeted at me all the time, like out of the blue, I don't think I'd always be in the mood for that personally.
Yeah.
I think the overlying theme I'm hearing is that maybe it's not the targetedness because it's so specific, but I think overall audio within the house and audio levels.
Yeah.
And just
it falls into that category for sure of what is an appropriate level of noise.
How loud do you watch your movies? How loud do you listen to your music when other people might be working? And especially in a sharehouse environment, as you might know.
Yeah.
People work at different times.
Yeah.
Have you ran into that kind of realm of issue?
Hot take. This household, like generally, when everyone's here, most of the time there will be different music playing on different levels.
Right.
And I don't like that.
Right.
That's like, because a lot of the time someone's not even on the level where the music is playing. It's like, why is it playing? Who is this for?
Yeah,
and I feel like that just constant droning of sound everywhere. Like I like, you need a bit of silence to recharge that like sensory load.
And I think as a negotiation on that, like, unfortunately, sharehouses need to be... No, I'm on your side, Joel.
Yeah.
Sharehouses need to be a one song at a time policy. There should never be a point in a sharehouse where two separate people are playing their own Spotify library like in different rooms. Like,
unless the DJ's beat matching at the same time, which is rare. I would assume that's
incredibly rare and highly unlikely.
But what if one man's cooking dinner in the kitchen, then eating his dinner in the kitchen, then chilling in the lounge room? He's got that speaker the whole time. You're saying that I can't jam in my room while the man has a Spotify on the downstairs?
That's the thing. Sometimes on a Sunday afternoon, like, I'd go out for a walk, I'd come home, my housemate is playing his music on the speaker. And I'm like, I'd love to listen to my music, but he's got the speaker. He's got the speaker. And when I put my music on, he's got to let me have the speaker.
Do you think maybe it comes as a retaliation because you can sing at any time and that doesn't break the one speaker policy?
That is actually
Is this potentially you lashing out against housemates who hog the speaker, or is it just compulsive?
It's compulsive, but also I would never, if a song was playing, be singing another song.
Yeah.
So, for example, like I was with Claire, my girlfriend, the other week, and like we were mid-conversation again, and during the conversation, she turned on the TV and an ad was playing that was like, had the song, doesn't that sound familiar, right?
Sure.
So like we're mid-conversation like this, she turns the TV on and I'm talking like this, and as soon as that ad comes on, doesn't that sound familiar? Like instant transition.
Right.
And she's like, we were literally just mid-convo and you've started singing a song. And I was like, oh, sorry, like I can't help it.
Yes, the ADHD in you that just...
Yeah. If a song is on, and I know it, I have to sing it.
Right. Okay.
I'm wondering if there's any pull. Like, what if your girlfriend Claire was talking about how maybe her car broke down that day and she's having a terrible day and she's telling you all about it? At that point, would you break into song when the TV goes on?
I'd have to. Because again, I can't not do it if the song is playing and I know the words. It feels to me like music is an invitation to sing. If one of the most common things a lead singer will say on stage is, if you know the words, sing. so I can't in good faith know the words and not sing.
To the point of compromising your personal relationships.
But that's I know it's wrong, like a drug addict, so often they know it's wrong, but it's just so hardwired.
The forbidden fruit.
Not to pick a side at all here, but just to empathize.
Yeah.
even as early as last night, my girlfriend Tara and I were speaking, and she was midway through a nursing story, and they're pretty dark and deep and heavy.
Yeah.
But I saw a fly at the corner of my eye, one of those small ones.
Yeah.
And midway through like the crescendo of her story, I just went.
So inappropriate because it does imply that you're not listening and noticing, but it's like, but I am. But the fly needs to be swatted.
And I apologized immediately, and I said, "I'm so sorry. I'm still in this story. I promise."
Yeah. See, that's my difference. I wouldn't apologize.
Right.
And that's just me.
Unapologetic. That's another alarm bell in my head.
It's a red flag.
Because the information that goes around is that it's actually not possible for us to multitask. Your focus can only be directed at one thing.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I am focused on what the other person's saying. Yeah. But then a song comes on and pulls me. It's like a magnet. Yeah. It literally like pulls me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you had me, but now there's a song. And I like, you know, and it's any song. Does not matter what song it is.
But then imagine if there's 2 songs going on the house. Your brain's even probably more divided.
That would discombobulate me.
Yeah, you wouldn't even be in the conversation at that stage.
If you were both singing a different song right now, I would just be like, I can't. I might leave the room.
I'm not sure if I'd even be able to like perform that. I'd start leaning into a Mikey singing.
Music is magnetic. It's like magic.
So look, I'm willing to compromise. I'm a bit of a silly goof around the home.
Yeah,
I need to lean on my dear mediator friend Mikey here because I don't feel Radio Mike's budge. I feel like he's set in his ways and he will not move.
I feel like we haven't got to the crux of the issue, which is I'm trying to find a point where we could compromise here, but honestly, it's such a difficult one of if you're in your bedroom rocking out, but your music's at a fair level and the person down here is at a fair level, that's fine in my eyes. But when the person that occupies, let's say, the lounge room decides to full crank, but other people maybe are meditating in their bedroom or just reading a book, that's invading someone else's space. So I feel like when you're in a shared environment, are you allowed to get to those levels?
Well, I would argue Radio Mike coming up and singing in my face.
Okay, we're back to that. Sure.
But that's in my mind what the gripe is.
No, I don't go in your face. It's like a healthy, 1 or 2 feet of distance.
That's not enough.
That's that's literally the circumference of my bubble is that. Like you're in it.
Okay,
I feel like the gripe that we nailed down to before was volume levels within a house. Maybe Mike singing, that's its own realm that can be taken elsewhere. Let's say a therapist.
That's probably a therapy thing or a medication kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll leave it up to the authorities on that one.
I think volume levels though within a house, right? Let's say Mike's in the tub enjoying tub time.
Yes.
Where do we come to a compromise there in terms of music elsewhere in the house? Because that's relaxing. That's a relaxing affair.
Like if I've got my chill lo-fi. Oh, this happened last night when we hung out, Mikey. It's like not to detour it. This is a good example.
This is a shared space.
Me and Mikey were in the pool. There was another couple in the pool because my apartment building has a pool. They were listening to music, right? And they were there before us.
Sure.
But their music was quite loud.
Yeah.
Then they went in the sauna, so they were no longer in the pool, but kept the music playing.
Yeah. So there's a speaker there or?
Just off a phone. But because it's like a pool, it sort of like echoes through the entire room. Yeah. And me and Mikey were like, can we turn it off? Because very similar.
And it was a chaotic playlist of different vibes.
There was whereas me and Mikey almost exclusively in the pool do chill lo-fi beats, right?
Yeah.
And it's like anything at all.
If anything at all. Sometimes we go
it's just
conversation. Yeah, a cappella. But it's like if I'm in the bath listening to chill lo-fi relaxing hip hop to study to or whatever, and then I've got Metallica or something in the living room on the other side of the door. Yeah. That's a jarring experience that's impacting my ability and my right to relax.
Yeah. I think rather than one song per house at one time, whatever we said before, I think it has just one speaker per person. But I think I come from that living in this vertical home, which has 4 levels to it.
Sure.
Where the doors can close. I find we can find a comfortable medium between the hours of 9 and 9. Like if Lockie was blasting his music in the shower at 7 a.m, I'd have a problem with that because I'm probably asleep.
But what if it's at 9 and you're still sleeping though?
I think 9 is a fair, people can walk around the house and talk. I think you need a bit of give in a share house, even if you're up late. People need to feel like they can walk around at 9 a.m.
Nine is the start of the business day.
Yeah.
And I feel like you gotta, no matter what your work schedule is, I think those hours 9 to 9 are right. Like that is the hours in which it is acceptable for noise to be made in the house.
Yeah.
I think something we should address as a group here.
Yeah.
To what level? Because I think,
Okay.
and I know I'm a mediator here, but if I may, I think blaring at any volume when there's others in the house isn't something that's appropriate. Let's say you're on a business call and someone is playing the greatest hits of The Lonely Island downstairs. That's such a contrast in energies.
Yeah.
And I feel like impacting on other energies could be tough, right?
I think if there's people working in the house, unfortunately for the non-workers at the time, that is of highest priority.
Right.
So we need to respect the worker.
Yeah.
But I also think it is the worker's responsibility to go to the house and say, hey guys, look, I have this work meeting tonight at 7. Sorry if this is annoying, but I'd really appreciate it. Could we just like sort of have as minimal noise as possible during that time?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, totally, man. We get it. We'll watch TV, but we'll have it quiet, pop the subtitles on or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's a negotiation.
That's a negotiation.
Yeah.
And you vinyl listen quite frequently.
Yeah. I don't think there's ever an appropriate time when you blast music. Like really
unless it's a
blast.
party.
Unless it's a party.
House party with the whole house
I
involved.
disagree. Keep that quiet.
So I think I've got it fairly good here. I don't have many complaints about here because doors can shut. We're all pretty chill.
Yeah.
Sure.
I did used to resent Aaron for walking around on calls at 9 a.m. when I had been up till like 2 a.m. doing whatever work. But then I brought this to him. He's like, well, I start the business day at 9. Like I feel like 9 is a good baseline to be like, all right, we can now make noise now. And I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair.
I can deal with that.
Yeah.
So
No.
yeah, I only have a complaint when there's music playing and nobody's here. I'm like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Hey Google, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like, is the negotiation just, I guess respect your housemates?
Yeah.
And that's the last episode because we figured it out. We figured it out.
Worked it out. I think
Well, that's the season finale. Thanks, guys. We finished.
We won't be back.
We finished the podcast. We figured it out.
I think the compromise
Catch
here.
us on sololiving.com.
I think the compromise just boils down to, again, it's the conversation that needs to be had about hours in which things can be done. And I think as well, what activities are happening. My housemate Lockie used to row for a month straight and he wanted his music out loud. And I knew that would take place from 5 to 6. And I said, okay, I'll go for a walk or something.
Yeah.
Or I'll pop headphones on. Headphones are always an option.
Yeah.
But it's just about knowing when these things are happening and saying, hey, I'm about to play a bit of loud music. Are you okay with that? If not, I'll
Yeah.
pop headphones on. It's just a conversation, like you're saying.
And as an extra perk that I discovered when I was sharehousing, AirPods.
Yeah.
So, if you have the capability, if you have a TV in your room and you want to watch TV and movies at night, connect it up to your AirPods. Spatial audio. It's better audio than the TV speakers.
Wow.
So
What
that's an
about
insight.
my situation where I have studio monitors connect to my television? How do I watch horror movies late at night while Lockie Chatfield shares a wall with me?
Without, don't you have AirPods?
Oh, not that I want to use.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's just not coming to the table.
Sorry, I just thought I don't do this, by the way. I just thought I'd throw a curveball, see what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I would always in the share house watch stuff at night with my AirPods, and I actually thought it was a better listening.
That's a good
experience.
tip. Yeah, no, that is
Yeah.
a good tip.
And I it never irritated me or anything. But now that I'm a solo liver, and this might be the solution if you continue to have problems, just go live by yourself.
Just move out.
You can listen to
Amen.
whatever
Move
you
out.
want, whenever you want.
I agree. I agree. And I like that tip. That's a fun little tip with the AirPods. I do
Yeah.
that with my PS4 controller. You can plug in headphones and then listen through that. That's another little tip.
So that gives you the full audio.
Full thing.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a little bit of fun for you.
Yeah.
And I believe we've come to our compromise, friends.
Here we have.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yep. Easy now. Please kiss each other's hands.
You didn't kiss my hand, Mikey.
Well, I just wanted to go straight kiss there.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to the Sharehouse. This has been Radio Mike. You can catch him at Radio Mike on Instagram.
Radio.Mike.
Radio.Mike. It's Radio Mike
I
taken.
always like to emphasize the dot.
Well, it has to if it's, yeah.
If Radio Mike's like, who is the guy who has just normal Radio Mike?
It's not you.
It's not me.
Could be a website. Could be who knows.
Exactly.
Check out Radio Mike, all of his podcasts as well. Harry Potter and the Boys, 20th Century Boy. Check us out on Instagram, Sharehouse Pod. Please send in your gripes. And remember to tell someone you love them today. Oh, that's sick. We're going to sign out like that?
Yeah.
Can you give him like a little peace out word? Like just anything that sounds cool.
Yo.
Done.
So, no. No.
I was ready to pack it up.
Pause. Something cool that's a sign off. But is cool. What you did there?
Not cool.
No, well,
I was not a sign off.
well, I don't. Yeah, it wasn't either.
Okay.
So, you're dabbing now. Wait. Are we okay with?
Yeah.
Just
What are
like
you
stick.
talking
We're
about?
all doing a thing.
This is Sharehouse, and we're all shared out.
I like it. You happy with that? Did you want to try one?
No, not really. Make sure to wash your hands after you go to the toilet.
Especially if you're kissing someone's hands, which we have.
All right, now we're done.